Hi everyone. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a good week. Hope the weather is nicer with you than it is with me. It's a bit cold and dreich outside. Very Scottish word there. It's very dreich. Um, sorry, last week's video didn't work. I was traveling with work and I had all these great plans to record a video, and then life got away with me. Sometimes it happens, so apologies there wasn't a video. Couple of bits of news to share with you. So, starting today, today, tomorrow, and Friday, there is double rewards when you shop online. So, if you go to my website at craftwithemma.co.uk or shopwithemma.co.uk, on every order of £20 or more, you always get 10% rewards, but for the next couple of days, you'll get 20% rewards, which is really exciting. It also includes new Paper Pumpkin subscriptions. So if you haven't registered yet for Paper Pumpkin, now is the best time to do it because you will get double rewards. The best deals come if you go for a 3, 6, or 12-month subscription, but it still applies as the pay-as-you-go subscription as well if you just want to pay each month. So brilliant offer. Check it out. What I'm going to do today is I am going to share with you some of the items on the last chance list that are discounted, that are ones which I had previously purchased, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of my favorites and some of the bargains that comes with it. Most of these I've used already. One of them I haven't, and I'm going to have a play with today before it goes so that I let you see what it is. I'm gutted that they're going, but that is the plan for tonight's crafting session. So let me flip this round. Do we leave the light on? It's starting to get much lighter in the evenings. I will put it on, hope for the best. And I'm going to just move into this screen as well so that I can see. So the first one that I'm going to share with you is this one here. So this is the Sweet Jar Bundle. This particular stamp set, it was originally £19 and it's down to £9.50. So that is half price basically. That's 50% off. The punch that goes with it, I am just going to double check that it is also on the last chance list. One moment, caller. I did look at these things in advance. But then I went back and changed my viewing. So let me just look at the search for this. And then I'm going to show you a sample that I made with it. So the stamp set is in the last chance list. It doesn't look as if the punch is. I'm just... Which is good, because that means that the punch is carrying over. So the punch is carrying over, it's not discounted, but the stamp set is. So let me show you, when I went on holiday at the start of the year, I made these cute little treats to give as thank yous to the staff who helped us when we were on the plane, to just the people who were on holiday, just these cute, I've got these little boxes off of Amazon, and they just have some sweets inside. They look like tiny little suitcases, little trolley cases, really cute. And I made these little tags for them to go on the side. So that just says a little treat for you. And these tags were made using this stamp set. So in fact, let me just show you how you made them, because they were ridiculously easy. Let me get my ink pad. I used strawberry slush. Should have had my cardstock ready. Let's get some of this. These tags were super cute, and everybody that we gave them to was really chuffed and touched and really pleased. I think it's nice when you're traveling, if you're able to do something nice for all the people who are being fabulous and helping you. So started off with the outline, like that. Then I'm going to clean things as we go. If I don't, it's just going to end up a mess. The other thing about this particular bundle, so this stamp set and punch, there was a Christmas one that went with it as well. In fact, let's see. I haven't looked at the Christmas sets that are in the last chance. The Christmas one may have already retired, not gonna lie. Oh, no, it's still available, but it's not discounted. So it's just this one, the sweet jar one that's got the 50% off. But hey, still a really good bargain. And if you haven't got it, it's really worthwhile grabbing a hold of it. Next, I'm going to use this one. So this particular set you can use with hearts, you can use with cookies, you can use with what do you call them? For the clovers. Very good for St. Patrick's Day, if that's something you're into. For the background, what I did was I stamped off first of all, and then I stamped into the jar itself to get a paler shade of pink. Because I mean I could use another ink pad. I suppose I do have paler shades of pink, but if you can do everything with the same ink pad, why wouldn't you? It's just about being efficient. And then using the hearts, because it's a photopolymer, they're really easy to line up. See where you're going. She says, I did many of these the first time round. How did I do this last time? There we go. That's up. I think I did 20 of these when I went on holiday. I got a whole pile of little suitcases, and they were very well received. Now on the original one, I actually used cardstock to do the lid, but for this one, just for ease, I'm going to stamp it. There we go. Anybody said hi yet? I can't see any comments. I normally see the comments in the chat, but I haven't got any chat yet. So if you are there, hello. Thank you for joining. Hi to everyone on Facebook. Hi to everyone on YouTube. Hi to everyone watching on Catch Up. Right. Let's punch these out. So you can set these stamps up so that you can punch everything out in a single oneer. I haven't done that this time, but that's okay. You can just stamp them out individually as well. So there we go. And then, there's lots of different techniques you can do for this particular one. People had cards where you lifted the lids and pulled out little messages. Actually, that'd be really cute. Let's just do that. I'm in the mood to do something cute. Let's see. Right. This is how I would do this. I'm kind of winging it now, but we haven't had a Wing It Wednesday for a wee while, so let's look to see what width this is. And it's about 3 centimetres. So let's cut the strip that is 3 centimetres. And we'll stick that on the top there. And then that's going to pull out the top. going to ink this up. Sending a little blank your way. Oops. There we go. What do we think? Sending a little love. Sending a little love. Sending a little party your way. It's got to be love, isn't it? Because I've got love hearts here. So, sending a little love your way. You can do everything with just one size of block, but sometimes it's easier just to use a smaller one. Sending a little love your way. There we go. Sound is echoing both on YouTube and Facebook. Oh dear. Right. That's because we had two microphones going. Thank you for telling me, Ali. That should have fixed it. Let me know if that has fixed the problem. If it hasn't, we will need to figure something else out. But for just now, let's stick this on the top. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the top of my strip. Just checking. Yeah. Somebody tell me if that's fixed the echoing problem. There we go. So now if I take that and then I want to just trim it at the bottom. So it's cut there, sending a little love your way. And then just to hold that in place, just going to cut with my scissors a little strip. That I'm going to put there. Let's cut that to that length. And then it's much better. Thank you very much, Linda. I appreciate being told that. I'm putting little bits of glue just on the edge of my strip. And then I'm going to stick that down. Actually, I'm going to peel that off. I'm going to stick it down much higher up because I want the thing to be able to pull up the way, but then not pull all the way out. So let me do that just a little bit higher. That's the thing, this is paper. It will do what you want it to do. And if it hasn't worked the first time, do you know what? Try it again. Stick that down like that. Now this pulls up. What I might do, sending a little love your way. I don't want to pull it all the way out. So what I'm going to do with this other little piece, I'm just going to make almost like a hook. And then let's stick that to the bottom, like so. You tell I'm making this up as I go along here. Yeah, got enough space there. Let's stick that to the bottom. So now, when it pulls up, I want it to pull up to about there, and then that's where it will stop, so it won't pull all the way out. There you go. So it slides down, it slides up, but it won't actually pull any further than that because that little piece stops it. You see? So when somebody tries to pull it, actually won't let it pull any further. There we go. And then what I can do with this is stick this onto a card. You know what? Let's just finish this. Let's finish this whole card. Let's do it, Emma. Right, I'm going to use the notelets because I love a notelet size card. Because just putting the notelet straight on like that is a bit boring. Let's make sure it's just... There we go. There we go. Sending a little love your way. And let's do some more of these hearts because they're quite pretty. Let's do a quick and easy background. Clean this off again. And let's stick that. Sending a little love your way with some foam pads. I do have foam strips in my cupboard, but I don't want to get up again, so I'm being lazy. Just get a couple of those, stick it to the side. So and I've got glue on my fingers, which meant I got glue smudged on the card. You ever do that? Use a rubber just to get rid of glue smudges? Works really, really well. So now I've got this card with the little sending a little love your way pop up. And actually, one of the things I want to do just to make this pop is use a bit of Wink of Stella on the hearts. I'm not going to colour in all the hearts, just the ones on the jar, just to make that look extra special, extra shiny. Might do the jar lid as well. There we go. Don't know if you can see the shimmer. It's better in person, but there you go. So that was the treat box that I made for holiday. That is a quick and easy card using the Sweet Jar stamp set and punch. Sweet Jar has got 50% off it right now in the clearance rack, and if you spend £20 you'll get double rewards on that as well. So that is our first project for this evening. Let me put that over there. Second project, because as I say, I've got a few different cards here, a few different sets here that are ones that are in the last chance list. Actually, I'm going to put away my really, really fancy on stage grid paper because it's too pretty to use. I want to use it for a scrapbook page, and we'll get some normal grid paper. The next one that I'm pulling up is this. So this is the Beach Time stamp set, and this is one of the ones that we used for our boot camp. And I'm just, where's the card? Oh, it was right here. Oh, it's gone. I did have it here. We had some loads and loads of fun at our boot camp. Here they are. There we go. So these cards were ones that we made at the boot camp, and this was the stamp set that was done that we used for these cards. So that's the hello that goes on our half fold card here, and then the Greetings from Paradise card uses this one here as well. So this stamp set is one of the ones that's on the last chance list, and it was originally £19 and it's down to £11.40. So this one goes with the Beach Time scrapbooking kit and with the Beach Time papers. In fact, actually I can show you this because I have now assembled, I had it here we go. I have now assembled the Beach Time scrapbooking kit. So these are the instructions, and then these are what the pages look like. So you've got these ones here. I've still to put the photos in, but you've got this one here. Try and tilt it so that it's not so reflective. Beach Day, this double page spread, and this is the other one over here. So again, spaces for 2 4x4 photos. Then the second double page spread is this one here. So let's go to the pool. And sun, sunshine and smiles. Let's play. Again, space for both photos and journaling. And then this one here. It's time for fun in the summer sun. You've got these colourful strips. And then over here, the palm trees. So this particular scrapbooking kit is one that I've put together because I'm going to put the photos from my fancy holiday, which I had with my lovely hubby. It was our 10th wedding anniversary at the start of the year. And so we had a lovely summer holiday. We had a holiday in January, actually on our wedding anniversary, and we went off to the sunshine. And the Beach Time set was the perfect one to go with that. So this particular stamp set on the last chance list, reduced. It's got nearly £8 off, £7.60 reduced, and so it's £19 down to £11.40 one of those really, really good bargains to grab a hold of. So next up, we have this one here. So this is the Swirled Designs bundle. Swirled Designs. So these are both on the last chance list, which I am gutted about because I love them both. Now, the important thing to know here is the individual items are reduced, but the bundle is still the same price. So if you want both of these items, and why wouldn't you, you need to buy them individually. So the stamp set was originally £18. It's down to £16.20. The dies were £27. They are down to £24.30. Actually, I'm looking at this. That last chance bundle, the bundle is £40.50, whereas the individual prices are reduced. So actually, it doesn't matter whether you buy them as a bundle, you get the 10% off, or if you buy them individually, they've got 10% off. I suppose the only reason not to get the bundle would be if you just wanted either just the stamps or just the dies. I do have a sample that I can show you with this. One moment. This was a birthday card that I made during one of my Facebook Lives. So it's using the Kintsugi papers and using these fabulous stars on the top and then birthday wishes underneath. So that was done using these dies. I'm going to pull this out so you can see the size of them, because sometimes the picture at the front doesn't give you the full idea. But you've got the star, which is fabulous. And then you've got these little 3 mini stars inside, this star outline as well. You've got 2 different sizes of diamonds, and then this leaf piece here as well. This leaf one, and then you've got these 2 different sizes of ovals, which are great for nests, they're great for eggs, they're great just for backgrounds, and then you've got these little flower outline pieces as well. So in fact, the leaf outlines and the flower outlines go really, really beautifully together. So that's a die set that's on the last chance list. It's got 10% off. It's one that I'm gutted is going. And then you've got the stamps. Again, let me pull these out so that you can see the size of them. These are great for backgrounds. You've got this swirly piece. Actually, they're about the same size as you see on the front to inside. So you've got these little sprig of stars, the ink spots, the lines, the check marks, the little flowers, the watercolor wash, and then this watercolor swirl. Really, really nice designs, very similar to Gorgeous Grunge, which we had a few years ago, and which is always very, very popular on eBay if you can find it. So gutted both of these are leaving. They're both on the last chance list. They've both got 10% off, or if you could get them together as the bundle, you're still getting 10% off. So that would be one which I would highly recommend you adding to your cart. This one here, this is the Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. Now, I used this one for this card here. So some of you, when you received the last catalogue, will have had this card with it. And the pattern on this blue strip underneath is done using this Beautiful Patterns embossing folder. Again, gutted that this one is leaving. I'm going to just tell you the price. Beautiful Pattern embossing folder. So it is reduced, not by a huge amount. It was £10, it's now down to £9. But hey, every penny counts, and if we can get something a little bit cheaper, then we always enjoy that. So this one's got a discount on it at the moment, and it is on the last chance list. And this was the card that I made with it using the January product of the month, which were these strips of designer series paper. And then this stamp and die was from the florals bundle, which we got with the virtual album retreat. Sorry, virtual card making retreat, but which is now available to buy separately as well. So beautiful patterns embossing folder on the last chance list. Check it out. Right, the last one is one that I am going to craft with because I really liked this bundle and I haven't used it. I know, I feel terrible. I got it at the start of the year and I haven't actually played with it. I think I have used the stamps at some point. No, they haven't been used either. But the dies, I just really liked them and I never got round to it. And we're now still very spring-like. In fact, I've got a beautiful bunch of tulips on my desk there that I got given at the weekend by some of my lovely team. And I really want to make a card with this one. Should I? Because right now it's brand new. No, do you know what? I'm going to. I bought it because I liked it, because I loved it. I'm going to craft with it. So let's do this. I am going to get a card blank. So I'm using my thick basic white cardstock to do my card blank. Now, as always, if you're making one card blank, you might as well make two. So I'm going to score at 10.5 and I'm going to cut at 14.8. And then likewise, if you're going to make one card, you might as well make two. So I'm going to use Granny Apple Green for my layer. I'm just going to check the size of this against my card blank. Yeah, this is interesting. It is quite a large die here. Yeah, that is 10 centimeters. 10 centimeters by 13.3. This is interesting. You see, this is important that I did this before I cut the next bit. So I'm going to cut this to 14.8. And then I'm going to cut this again in 10.5. So I'm basically cutting a piece that is the same size as my card blank. Or at the front of my card blank, I should say. So that, at the moment, fits perfectly over the top. But I am going to die cut it, so that's not going to stay. Let's put those two card blanks off to one side. Let's take this die off. And let's get my die cut machine. Right. I want this layer to go directly on top of my card. So I want to position it fairly centered. Let's see how this works. So if I do that, it's got a narrow gap left and right and a wide gap top and bottom. Just having a look to see. Yeah, do you know what? I think that's going to work. Although, as I'm saying, it doesn't need to be centered because I'm not using the outside. The whole thing's going to stick on the card. So it doesn't need to be centered. Right, when you're using dies that have got straight edges, if you put them on slightly at an angle, they will cut better. It's all to do with the distribution of the rollers and the pressure when you put it through the machine. It works the same on outline dies. Basically anything that's got straight edges, you're going to want to put it in slightly at an angle. So let's pop that down there just for just now. Let's lift this off. over to one side. And then let's pop this out. Right? Super, super cute. Because now I have, can you see the stitched outline around the edges? And you can see the leaves. In fact, yeah, you can pop up these leaves to get like a raised effect. Let's just pop all of these up. This is really cute. There we go. So now this is going to go on the front of my card blank, like so. Now, am I going to stamp here? What do you think? Stamp it or die cut it? Because I can die cut them and then inlay them. Ooh, do you know what would look pretty? If I did it with designer series paper. These designer series papers are also on the last chance list. But I've been using a lot of them, so I don't know if I've got something that's bright enough to go with the colours. Where are all my designer series papers? Yeah, do you know what? I think I'm going to stamp. I've used Granny Apple Green there. So now let's, we can see if there's any comments in the chat. No, I'm only seeing the chat from YouTube. I normally see some Facebook chat, but maybe you're all on YouTube tonight. Hey ho. Right, do you know what? Let's stick with our strawberry slush because I think that's quite pretty. Oh, no, actually, I'll tell you what I'm going to use. I'm going to use my Petunia Pop because it's one of the in colours that's leaving. I'm heartbroken about. And then let's use Peach Pie as well because I think that's a colour that's a nice tulipy kind of colour. Should I use Pretty in Pink? Yeah, let's use these sort of tulipy kind of colours. And let's stick this on. So, what I'm going to do, so the reverse of this is the same as the front of this, only the front has got these little dotted pieces. The back isn't quite as dotty. So what I'm going to do, let's try this on the grid paper first and see if this works. Try to figure out the best way to do this stamping. Let's get another ink block for that center piece. Let's do, just going to look to see what this looks like. So let's do the pale pink first. And then the Petunia Pop. Kind of lined up and round about. And then that goes over the top. Yeah, I think that's quite pretty. So, what if I did Petunia Pop first? Kind of lined it up. And then that over the top. And then that is going to go over the top there. like that. Let's do another one. I'm not going to do all of them because there's 12. We'd be there absolutely all night. Let's do this dark one down here. And let's also do it here. Let's clean this off. So now the next time I'm going to do pale pink. Let's do it there. And let's also do it there. I'm not worried about stamping onto the granny apple green because I'm using the reverse. So when I turn it over, it's not going to be noticeable. But this helps me line things up. Although again, I don't have to worry about being perfectly precise because I'm going to put it up on foam pads. There we go. Okay, so now let's do Persian pink on that one and also on that one. Let's do peach pie on that one. And the other two I'm going to do in petunia pop. But I'm going to stamp off my petunia pop before I do it, just so that I've got a slightly paler shade. There we go. Right, and so now I'm going to put that on foam pads. I've got a lot of these edges of foam pads from another project that I was doing. Waste not, want not. Good crafter never lets anything go to waste. That's why I have so many scraps in my craft room. Let's just finish this up here. There we go. What do we think of this die and stamp? I remember buying it and being really excited. I was going to do lots of spring type cards with it. And then, as happens, never quite got round to it. There we go. And then this sentiment, sending a garden of love. That's sweet. Going to do that here, and then use this one to cut it out. Let's get my die cut machine back up again. Actually, oh no. going to put this on here, and let's just get a little bit of petunia pop ribbon. Go at the top there, in fact. Let's tie. Trying to figure out what kind of bow to tie, but I don't think I want a bow. I think I want a knot. But if I tie something that looks like that. There we go. Almost like a little bunny ears knot that I'll put on with a foam pad. And then a couple more dimensionals. I want larger ones here because that's going to go on there. I'm going to get it to fill these gaps so it almost looks flush. And actually, let's tuck it underneath those leaves, both left and right. Come on. Finding a garden of love. There we go. What do we think? I do like this set. I really, really do. I am sorry I didn't play with it more. And now it is retiring. But I will just let you know that it is also discounted. So the dies were £31. They're now down to £27.90. And the stamp set was £17 and it's down to £13.50. Now you can still get the bundle with 10% off, and I'm just doing a quick maths here. 28, 38, 43, 20. So you are still actually 20 pence cheaper if you buy the bundle rather than buying the items individually. But during last chance time, if you're only interested in the dies and you're not fussed about the stamps, or vice versa, then now is the chance to get those items with the discount and the added rewards, which you're getting at the moment for double rewards promotion. Then now's the time to do it. I'm just cleaning this off and putting it away again. So making sure I have remembered all of these little bits. And there's the cello for it on the top. There you go. So Sunshine and Tulips stamp set and dies on the last chance list. At the end of the month, they will be gone forever. But now's your chance to grab them before they're gone. While we are talking about things that will be going, the in colours, and I know I talked about this briefly before, but the 2024 to 2026 in colours are going to be leaving very, very soon. So let me just grab these again for you. These are the colours which are leaving us. So Petunia Pop, which I have used so much, Pretty in Pink, which was a previous colour that came back to us, and I'm gutted that it's leaving again. Peach pie, going to be honest, didn't use peach pie a huge amount, but it does go very nicely with this set. Shy Shamrock, another shade which is a lovely green, but not one that I had a huge use for. Summer Splash, gutted that's going. I used Summer Splash a lot. All five of these colours just go really, really nicely together. They make a really, really good colour combination. And they are going. They are going at the end of the month. So if you want to grab them while you can, I would. I'm just having a quick look to see if there's any discounts on them. Let me see. I'm having a look under last chance because sometimes they have discounts, but other times they just disappear really quickly. So I can tell you, let's see. So yeah, they are discounted. They're not discounted consistently, which is odd. So the Pretty in Pink ink pad, it was £8.50. It's now down to £7.65. Summer Splash, £8.50 down to £6.80. Shy Shamrock, down to £6.80 as well. So these two, Summer Splash and Shy Shamrock, £6.80. Pretty in Pink is down to £7.65. Peach Pie, it's also down to £6.80. Petunia Pop. Petunia Pop, I think, is already gone, guys. It is not on the last chance list. So you might be out of luck on that one. Let me just check. Petunia. That's the thing about the ink colours. Yep, Petunia Pop ink pad is already gone. The refill is available. The cardstock is available. But the ink pad is gone, whereas the other ink pads are still available and have discounts. So let me put them to one side and let me just bring back the projects that we've done or looked at this evening. So we had, at the start of the night, we started off with Sweet Jar, 50% off this one. It's one of the best bargains. And we made this cute little card with an interactive lid and message. Then we looked at Beach Time, this stamp set, which is also reduced at the moment on the last chance list. And these were the cards from the boot camp that we made with them. Next up, we looked at the embossing folder, which is the Beautiful Patterns embossing folder, also discounted on the last chance list. We looked at the Swirl Designs bundle, both the stamps and the dies, and this card, which we had made on a previous Facebook Live with it. And then last but certainly not least is the Sunshine and Tulips stamp sets and dies, and this card, which we've made this evening. All of these items are on last chance. They'll all be going at the end of April, and you can get 20% rewards instead of 10% rewards on any order over £20 as long as you shop before 10 p.m. on Friday. That is your cutoff. So I hope you have enjoyed this evening. I hope the sound hasn't been too echoey, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. Take care, everyone. Bye.